So how would you as a city councilor seek feedback from constituents regarding issues that may impact a neighborhood such as Lakeside Lester Park?
Based on my experience working in community-based nonprofits, our role in the community is to look at what does the community need and how can we best provide that for them. And the only way you can really do that is to really go out and ask people, what is it that you need in your neighborhood? What is it that's working? What is it that's not working? Oftentimes there are people that are very vocal, and that's incredible that they're willing to come forward to the city council. There are also people that aren't that vocal. Maybe they're introverted, or they just feel like, oh, maybe my idea won't count. And I think that it is my role to go out and ask. And so when an issue comes before the council, there are usually some key groups or some key neighborhoods that are involved in those decisions. And so I would want to go into those communities and ask in community clubs or into neighborhoods.
Well, specific to this neighborhood was part of the question. I grew up here, up on Wyoming Street. Great street to grow up on. My dad still lives up there, and I came here when it was a library. I went to Lester Park School in Ordine. I find by attending meetings, attending forums like this, meetings sometimes just a mouse in the corner off, and you pick up an awful lot of information, whether it's at a community club or some special organization. But I got to tell you that the email, this is 2009, email is really where it's at, and we get a lot of emails on a lot of issues. And it's important, I think, that a counselor responds to all those emails, at least that they recognize that they have received it. I think that works pretty well for me. One of the clearest issues that has been brought forward in 2009 was the road construction project around Portman. And I have never seen, we've done a lot of road constructions, never that many emails about the disaster that has been. So that's how you get input.
I think a perfect example was last night at the council meeting regarding the Skyline Drive. Although that's not affected in my district, you need to be educated outside of it and talk to the leaders in West Duluth that had the issue regarding the Skyline Drive. And, you know, that's per se to do throughout. I might have more things that are more important to District 2, and I would look for the rest of the councilors to come for me for some guidance. Just vice versa for something that's happening out in West Duluth or here in District 1, Lakeside.
Yeah, right now I'm a candidate for city councilor. I'm not a city councilor, but I'm getting questions like on a regular basis, like I am a city councilor. Constantly getting emails, calls, questions from you ladies. So I think asking questions and receiving questions is the best way to get input. And as city councilor, like the emailing, you go to duluthmin.gov and you email your counselor a question or a concern, and they typically read them and they, you know, look into that concern. And attending forums and going to city council meetings is a good way to gain input on that type of stuff. Thanks.
Yep, I'm really good at the computer and the email, and I'm very good at responding and using all those technologies. And I would love, before you all leave, I have a little card. It's got my telephone number on it, my email. I'd be happy to talk to anyone. But more importantly, the way I interact with most is just getting out in my community. From the day that I stepped foot moving into Duluth here, I've been involved out there. I visit community club meetings. I was on the, when I learned that there might be some changes made to London Road, I'm one of your residents, as a matter of fact, out here in Lester Park and Lakeside. When there were concerns about London Road, I got right out and went to every door of my neighbors and to make everyone aware, do you know what's going on? And a lot of them didn't know, and I tried to be their advocate for that. And I was involved in the district planning. I do my best to stay involved in my neighborhood because this is where I'm raising my kids. and we need to be involved and stay in touch with each other. And another great way is because I'm running those 5 kids around all the time. I see my neighbors at the post office, everywhere. So I'm out there, and I would love to speak with anyone about our neighborhoods.
One of the really fun things about campaigning is you get to door knock. And at this point, we've door knocked over 5,000 doors in the city of Duluth. And what I love about that is you actually get to hear the concerns of citizens from all over the city, from both sides. And that's something that you'll see me continue to do even after I'm elected, just because, as many will know, I like to do it. But two, if I'm elected, I'm actually going to have a set aside a certain time every week, and I'll make this public so constituents can come and actually visit me in person and talk to me about their concerns. And of course, I will answer emails as well. But also, one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going to the different community clubs throughout the city. I'm an East Hillside Community Club member myself, and I really do believe in the clubs, and I think you guys are some of the first people to actually hear some of the concerns. So you'll see me coming to these different groups throughout the city. But thanks again.